All right, so this is the fourth session of today's marketing Lollapalooza, for whatever you want to call it. We're focusing on notary real estate professionals who are currently maybe selling real estate full-time and looking at, what the market is doing and looking for something different, something to give them a little bit more consistency. A little quick story about me. You guys know me as Monica Wilder. For those of you guys who are going to be watching this replay, you may or may not be familiar with the fact that I am a serial entrepreneur. And what does that mean? That means that I have ADHD or something. Okay. I'm steady starting businesses. I see, y'all remember that movie, The Sixth Sense, Haley Joel Osment, how he saw dead people? I see businesses like Haley Joel Osment saw dead people. It's that kind of situation where if somebody starts to talk long enough, especially if somebody's got really a lot of experience in one area, like 20 years of experience in doing this or 15 years experience in doing that, I can instantly show them how to make money. But what I realize is that not everybody knows their own superpowers, right? So at any rate, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I own a real estate brokerage. I own a farm. People First Realty is the real estate brokerage. The farm is Out the Mud Farm. And of course, Complete Signings owns Notary Nerds and the Notary Nerds Facebook group and Notary Nerds University, right? So, as a serial entrepreneur, consistency of money, having consistent money coming in is the hardest thing. And real estate is my baby. She has been with me since the beginning. And the thing about real estate is it's up and down. Like all of these clients, some of them I worked with for 2 years before they got a house, right? And some of these closings, I had $30,000 months, $10,000 months, and then nothing for 2 or 3 months. I didn't have a consistency of income. And a lot of times that's the case with real estate. So when I found the notary opportunity back in 2020, I became a notary and I thought I was going to do loan sign. Or actually, I knew I wasn't going to do loan signing, so I didn't want to go in and out of people's houses. After I started realizing what all loan signing agents had to do, I realized that was not my ministry. So I said, okay, well, let me just set up a signing service, kind of like a real estate brokerage, but for notaries. Then I realized that wasn't the easiest thing to do. But what was clear was that there was an opportunity to train and to provide training to people who were trying to come into entrepreneurship maybe for the first time. So that's where Notary Nerds University came into place, because we realized when I started trying to recruit for my signing service, the Facebook group that I set up to do that recruiting from ended up being like the best research and development that I could have ever done, because what I saw was there was nobody teaching notaries how to own their own business. Everybody was teaching notaries how to be good loan signing agents, and that was it. It was stopping there. So I knew I could come in and say, okay, great, go learn how to be a good loan signing agent, but then there's these other opportunities too. Let's just figure out how to package yourself as a business so you look professional enough so people want to do business with you. Get you an EIN, get you a business bank account, get you a Square Reader, learn how to invoice electronically, do all the things that a business would do, and then let's go find the money, the steady money. And so that's where the journey basically began with that. So what I want other real estate professionals to know is, if real estate is your passion, like it is mine, like I say, I got into real estate back in 2006, 7. Wait a minute. Let me make sure I'm right. Yeah, 2006, 7 for the first time, right? I got in and I got right back out 6 months later because the market, the whole, mortgage crisis and all that stuff happened. But then I went back, came full time into real estate 2011, had gotten fired from this mortgage company that I was working for, a nonprofit, and I gave them everything. Oh my gosh, I gave them so much and they let me go. And so I didn't want to go work for another company. So I said, well, let me get my real estate license back active and go out full time. Well, most of these clients that you see were people who were in the nonprofit going through the process of trying to buy a house. So when I got my real estate license, they just kind of came over with me, so to speak, and I helped them move forward. But again, it took a lot of time. Bottom line is, if you're a real estate agent, I already know that every month there's no money. Some months are better than others. And then some of us are better at saving and putting money to the side than others. So as a real estate agent, when you get that commission check, if you don't set some of it to the side for taxes, if you don't set some of it to the side for a rainy day, then it's going to be a problem. Now, if you've got a spouse or a significant other or someone else who's got money coming in, that's great. But I didn't. When I was married, but I got divorced, and really I was wearing all the, money, coats anyway, right? So when it came time to look at the, every month, the real estate wasn't doing it for me. Again, it would have great month. I would have great months. Then I'll have months with nothing. And I'm not the best at managing the middle. If I got money, I'm doing this, right? I try my best not to spend too much, but what happens is I find myself constantly going to try to make more money, constantly trying to go find other deals. So you really do have to get good in the middle. And if you can't do it yourself, you got to get somebody to do it for you, which is why I had to get a bookkeeper, because I couldn't do it myself. Okay. The bottom line is the notary space gave me consistency where I didn't really even have to worry about that. Okay. I'm going to share with you guys the last year and a half of revenue on Notary Nerds. Okay. So what happened is I got my notary commission and started realizing the problems. I was trying to recruit, remember at first, for my signing service, but realized that there was another opportunity because people were just teaching one way. Well, once I realized that, I solved that problem by creating a place where people could actually learn, and not learn just by watching the video, but by incorporating live training. And nobody, I think, was really doing that until Notary Nerds. Okay, I don't think, y'all tell me, y'all been doing this for a while. Was there any kind of live training, like on a consistent basis, kind of how Notary Nerds was doing it? Had y'all seen that before?
No.
Nope, not at all.
Yeah. So I think that's what it was. It was like it was new and everything like that. So here we are, it's 2022. We started January 2020, and year to date, we're at $290,779.35, right? So that's year to date. So that means that since the beginning, all time of Notary Nerds, this is what revenues have been generated. Now, is all of that my money? No. Okay. Because it does cost money. Your Kajabi subscriptions, you got coaches you got to pay, you got taxes, you got all these different things. But what it did for my real estate, or what it did for my status as an entrepreneur, is it mellowed me out. Okay, it mellowed me out from having to be so stressed and having to work with people that I didn't necessarily want to work with, driving 20 and 30 miles to go show a house. These people I know they don't want, because they told me they didn't want to live this far from their job, but they want to go see it just in case. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got time or gas to be keeping burning like that. So I got to the point to where real estate wasn't really, it was starting to feel like I really wasn't liking it. And I felt so bad. And I was telling my best friend Tammy, I was like, I feel bad even saying this, because real estate has been so good to me. Like, I'm feeling like I don't even want to do it like this anymore. Like, I don't even want to, people will call me and be like, Monica, I told my friend about you, that you were going to help them buy a house. And I'll just be like, especially now, where you got to pay over asking price and you got to make an offer sight unseen. And I'm not trying to tell anybody to pay $10,000 over asking price and waive all of their contingencies just so they can buy a house. I'm not going to participate in that. The reason I became a real estate agent in the first place was to help people not get bad mortgages, because before I became a real estate agent, I was doing loans and I was giving people bad mortgages, right? These high interest rate loans. And they was all saying, okay, well, my real estate agent said, and my real estate agent said. So I figured if everybody listened to their real estate agent, I was going to become one and help people avoid it. Never started becoming an agent to sell houses. I didn't even start listing houses until all my buyers dried up. And that was 2012. I got my license in 2011. So by the time I ran through all my buyers, okay, I didn't have anybody else. So I had to figure out, how do I sell houses? Okay. So when it comes down time to finding something, another industry that's kind of like adjacent to the real estate space. And then I felt this disloyalty. Like, I used to look down on agents who was doing other stuff besides real estate. Like, I'm all in. If you're not an all in real estate agent, then you're not a real estate agent. You're okay. That was my attitude toward it. I didn't say it, but I thought it. I felt it, right? Because I was in it full time and I was making it work. So if you're not a full-time agent, then okay. But what I realized is that since I wasn't going to be intentional about building a real estate business, then I needed to be real about what it was I was doing with my brokerage. So I woke up and I said, you know what? I want to develop property. I want to build houses. I don't want to be running people around buying overpriced houses. I don't want to be driving from here to Timbuktu burning gas to show somebody a house that I know they don't want. Okay. I don't have anything to prove to anybody in that regard. I have been there, done that, got the t-shirt. I'm going to keep my real estate brokerage open though, because my son's now a real estate agent. and my other sons are going to be real estate agents. And in that interim, as I keep my brokerage open, I'm not marketing for new residential business. I'm not marketing for that. If people refer people to me, I'm getting to the point where I'm probably going to just, either refer it out or, tell them thank you, but no thank you. But I hate to not help people. So that's my problem, right? But what the notary space has done for me is it allowed me to make that decision. It has allowed me to keep my real estate brokerage over here and to capture whatever revenues that naturally come from organic, whatever, right? And then come over here and have this asset that's generating monthly revenue that I don't have to drum this business up. Does that make sense? So for you guys that are real estate agents, you're listening to me, what I'm doing is I'm getting into a place where I'm all about coaching. Like I'm liking the coaching program that I have. The difference with just hosting Notary Nerds as a university and coaching is this. When I went through all of the assessment reports for all of the members at Notary Nerds University, which is over 400, 18 people had completed everything. 18. As a teacher at heart, when I want somebody to learn something, I like for people to do what it is I'm telling them to do. When my assistant pulled that progress report and I saw that only 18 people out of 480 some odd people had completed all the work at Notary Nerds over the last year and a half, I was like, okay. So I said, coaching, and this could be one of those things where people just haven't watched, gone through this. I don't know what it is, but only 18 people have done it. And it makes sense because when I saw the list, I was like, makes perfect sense. Desiree, you're on that list. Okay. It makes perfect sense. I saw the people who were on the list and I was like, okay, that makes sense. But the bottom line is that platform is serving its purpose still to those people, even though they're not completing my version of assessments and doing whatnot. They're still being able to come and get the information that they need when they need it. And I get that. But as a coach, trainer person, I like to see the results. So what coaching has done for me is now people that are in coaching, they do the work. The people in coaching do the work. If you're starting a platform, you need to have a coaching program because when you sign people up for coaching, they do the work, okay? They are, if they're not doing the work, they are giving you a reason as to why they are behind or whatever. There's a different whole situation, okay, when it comes to that, okay? So when it comes to and I can't remember why I was even talking about that, but in the notary space, there are a lot of coaching opportunities. That's where I was going with this. As a real estate agent, thank you so much, Giovanna. As a real estate agent, you don't have to leave and abandon your real estate business in order to make money as a notary coaching platform, right? All you need to do is to be an entrepreneur. You don't really even need to be a notary, okay? Here's the other thing. I have gone and secured, let me show you guys all of these. Let me see where I could go. I think it may be in my drive. Well, I have secured over or at 100 domains. And those domains are now basically schools. Some of them have already been taken up. So I'm going to show you here. Let me share my screen. All right, so let's go to Design Pickle real quick. Actually, you know what? Let's go to Drive because they should be there. So as a real estate professional, looking at something to kind of bridge the gap or to supplement to bring more consistency of income in, notary is you definitely need to look at the notary space. I showed you the revenues for the last year and a half as far as my personal experience. And now I'm helping other notaries develop their own schools and universities and programs. So when it comes to the domains that I'm referring to, these are it. All right, inventory of domains. I think this is it. Yes, okay. So I have all of these domains over here. Alabama Notary School, Alabama Notary University, Alaska Notary School, Alaska Notary University, so on and so forth. And as you can see, some of these are already spoken for. Not all of them, but some of them are already spoken for. So what's going to happen in July is all of these schools, Utah Notary School, Utah Notary University, Vermont Notary School, every single state has two, right? the ones that aren't spoken for, I am going to be recruiting owners for those schools. Now, here's the thing. I roll this out to notaries first, because to me, that's who it should be. It should be a notary that starts a school and runs a school or whatever. But after running a school for notaries for the last almost 2 years, I realized that not everybody has an entrepreneurial mindset. And I can't depend on all notaries getting it and understanding what this opportunity really is. Okay. So I can't bring everybody along. It's one of those things where if they get it, they get it. They don't. So in all fairness, I rolled it out to notaries first. Next, I'm rolling it out to real estate professionals, because real estate professionals already get it. You already understand entrepreneurship, right? So what this looks like is these domains, they all have graphics and have a graphics package that's been designed around them. And what I mean by that is, let me show you the graphics. All right, so the graphics for the coaching. So here we have each state. So let's just hop into Alabama and let's look at Alabama Notary School. So you see all of these different dimensions and whatnot. So what we've done is we've gone through and created graphics that will fit for their Facebook group cover, for an event that if they're hosting a Facebook event, a nice graphic for that, a Facebook post, a YouTube thumbnail. We've got the graphics that would make that owner of that school look professional, right? So that they can actually attract and build their notary training business. Now, here's the kicker. Do you have to be, let me see what you got. Let me do this. I think there's a way that I can do this. Let me see if I can run a poll. I was going to try to run a poll, but I'm not that skilled in poll running. So I might have to just have you guys drop it in the chat. Let me see. Yeah. All right. So drop it in the chat. Okay. And what I want you to drop in the chat is, do you think that you should have to live in the state of the school that you own? Yes or no? Drop it in the chat, drop it in the chat, drop it in the chat, drop it in the chat. No, you don't. Thank you. Why? You don't have to live in the state where you own the school. That's what's about to be the difference with this next cohort of coaching students. First cohort grabbed their state, started building their state. This second cohort, what I'm doing is marketing not only to notaries, not only to real estate agent entrepreneurs, but entrepreneurs in general who understand that this domain thing is valuable. She's already got the graphics put together for me. All I got to do is plug and play. She put together a little mini situation for me. And not only that, she has a notary Facebook group that she is going to link to my stuff and send me and feed me people, because I have invested with the domain from her thing. And she's got a vested interest in seeing my school succeed. Do you see? So now instead of just thinking about it in terms of, oh, let me get into the space, it's which states do I want control of? Because I can hire a notary to run it. I can hire anybody to run anything once the money is coming in. But if she shows me how to plug and play and bring the money in and maybe partner with a notary, if I don't know the law, get a notary who does, pay them, consult with them. See, an entrepreneur, if I wanted to, I would go and find the standout notary in Utah, and I would own both of these schools. Okay. And I would pay that standout notary. I would go on signing. I would go someplace and find the best notary I could find and offer them $1,000 to do a whole bunch of stuff for me. Okay. It would be outlining the notary primer, this and that, and this and that. I would tell them to put together the steps to become a notary, to get it all together for me. Okay. And then here's your money. I would take that once I fact checked it and made sure everything was right and plug it and play. And from there on, I have got a business. Now, I may need to get some input from some coaches and hire some coaches, but at that point, I'm going to do what I need to do, find the best and the brightest and pay them to come on the platform and teach. Why are they going to teach? Because right now the signings are dried up and there's not, a whole lot of $150 signings floating around. So if you offer a notary in your state and they're easy to find, $150 to come on your platform for an hour to teach, hour and a half to teach, you're not going to have a difficult problem finding 2 or 3 people that will take you up on that. You could have one that teaches, how to become a notary, another that teaches some other specialty. And of course, it's up to you as the owner of this school to vet and verify everyone, right? And so that's what's going to be happening in this next cohort of mine. I'm taking real estate professionals, entrepreneurs, and notaries from where they are to owning a notary school, understanding what that looks like, and understanding that you don't have to be in the state of the school that you own, and to think strategically about that. So if you're in Tennessee, you might want to think about Kentucky. You might want to think about South Carolina. You might want to think about North Carolina. You might want to think about Georgia. You might want to think about Mississippi. See what I'm saying? You want to think strategically about the schools that you are interested in, okay? Because what's going to happen is I'm going to coach you into getting that platform set up, just like I'm coaching these folks. And we're towards the end and we're about to launch. So there's going to be some results here pretty soon. But that's what this session is. This session is all about real estate professionals or people who are in the real estate space, for them to see how they uniquely have an opportunity to become an owner of a notary school with fair ease, just because of their entrepreneurial mindset. The rest, the notary stuff, can be taught. It's not rocket science. It's not but 2 or 3 pages in most people's law books. Okay. That's the easy part, learning the notary stuff. That's the easy part. The hard part I found is getting people to believe in themselves enough to know that they can actually own their own notary school and that it could be successful. That has been the challenging part that I found. And I know that real estate agents already being in that entrepreneurial space, you guys would not have a difficult time making the connection. Seeing these domains, seeing that I got, that your funnel would consist of me pushing, you got somebody pushing people towards you, right? So that's the other piece. And the other, besides that, there is clear demand for whatchamacallit. That's why I can't find notary nerds. Hold on. There's clear demand for state-specific loan signing training. And let me show you that. So let me first show you the Notary Nerds Facebook group. So you got a Facebook group that's going to be intentional about pushing people your way. Have I found it yet? Let me find it. There we go. All right. So you got a group with how many people now? 20,000, a little over 20,000 people. Okay. So the intention of this group is to help notaries, to recruit. It was originally a recruiting platform, but it's also going to be a place where I'm going to be showing the notaries who need help with state-specific training where to get it, because notary nerds can't do that. And I'll be doggone. Y'all know I used to would have said a different word. I will be doggone if I start a signing service of any caliber and the notaries don't know their state law. Some of the stuff I post in the Notary Nerds Facebook group, I post these questions, these different scenarios, and some of these answers tell me that I am not ready to be a signing service owner, because some of these notaries don't know what it is they are doing. And I do not have time to be out here getting sued, okay, by nobody. So I'm gonna stay on the sidelines until I have what I need, or if I don't, then fine, I'll just keep on doing the Notary Nerd University thing. But I think eventually I'll get there. But my point is this: the demand is there for the notary state-specific training. And just so that you know, here it is in black and white. I have a form that I've been using to collect emails this week for this event, and it is the real estate and notary workshop. Oh, wait a minute, that's not the right one. That's the one we just made in the last session. Here's the real one. All right, so as you can see here, I had 229 responses, and the responses, the one in particular, here it is, which, where is it at? Let me see here, state. Well, there was a little pie chart at one point of who needs state-specific training, and it was like 60%. It would show up right there, but for some reason,
Monica, go down some more. I think you did.
Oh,
okay,
there
right there.
Thank you, Desiree. So here it is for yourself. This is a sample of the 4 million notaries, and all 4 million of them don't even know they can be loan signing. They don't even know about making money. Not all 4 million notaries that are notaries know that they can make money as a notary. So just take out half of them, alrighty? So this is a sample. So of the 229 people who responded to my little thing, 61% said, yes, I need state-specific notary training. Again, Notary Nerd University cannot do that. That is why I have created these individual state school opportunities. I don't want to run these. I already know what customer service is going to look like trying to run 50 schools. I do not want it. I want it for you. Okay. I want it for you. I want to coach you on how to do it. Right. And that's what's happening in the next cohort. Like I said, the first one started back in April. It's a 12-week program. I'm not exactly sure how the pricing is going to go. The goal is to show you how to make a $10,000 a month recurring revenue stream. If I have somebody to hit 10,000, no. When I have somebody hit $10,000, that's when this program is going to cost $10,000. Because if I can show you how to make $10,000 every month, that's what that's worth. $120,000 a year is what I'm showing you how to make. And I'm not blowing smoke. Okay. I'm not blowing smoke. So I'm gonna tell you right? So if that's the case, then what you really need to be figuring out is, okay, she's about to launch the second group. She's got about 14 domains that's already gone. My domain, you might be looking at this and saying, okay, my domain is already gone. Okay, what? I'm trying to get in on this, but which state would I want to, who do I know in that state? What kind of contacts do I have in that state? What do I want to do here? Because the reality of it is, she's right. I'm in notary groups, and I already know that there's a lot of people that don't have, the state knowledge that they need. And, if she's got the blueprint as far as setting up the platform and doing everything to where all I got to do is plug things in, because she's already got the graphics and all of the designs and all the things done, right? Then all I got to do is plug and play. So, I need to figure out what direction I want to go with this, right? So then you say, okay, well, she said it's going to be 10,000 when she gets somebody to make 10,000. Well, ain't nobody made 10,000 yet, but I'm trust and believe as soon as they do, you will know. Okay. The coaching for this is what you want to do. You want to make sure you fill out this, pre-assessment type of a thing, because I don't want to waste anybody's time and take anybody's money and not work out. I'm not for that. I don't want to do that. That's not what I'm about. So there's an assessment that I put together. It's called a mentorship assessment. And if you could do that, I'm going to put the link in the chat. Right now, I've got 205 people that have done that assessment. If you get counted off for your name, ignore it. The Google Forms is not perfect, okay? So when you do this assessment and it says, oh, you missed 10 points for your name, 5 for your first, 5 for your second, your last, add those 10 points in. As long as you get somewhere between an 80 or better, then you should invest in this mentorship program. If you don't get an 80 or better, if you're down in the 60s for any reason, then that may mean that you don't have what you're going to need in order to be successful, and I'm not going to be able to get you to 10,000 a month. So do I want everybody? No, because I don't want you to start this program and then 3 weeks in get overwhelmed and because you're excited and then be like, I don't want a refund, but I just want to cancel. And I just need you to, no, right? This is for people who get what it's going to take to be, an entrepreneur, know the time commitment that you're going to have to make, know the fact that you're going to have to invest a little bit extra money in marketing and things like that, right? So the coaching is going to show you how to avoid making a whole bunch of mistakes. Because again, I spent a lot of time at Notary Nerds building Notary Nerds University, making a whole lot of mistakes, which I'm going to help you avoid all of that. So like I say, right now, these students that got in for a stack. They've got 12 weeks worth of coaching and some professional graphics. And it wasn't even just like an hour coaching. Like some of the sessions went 2 hours and 3 hours, right? Not only that, they're able to come back through the coaching, okay? So for $1,000, they had got 12 weeks. Some of them got domains and graphics and everything, okay? So whatever this group hits on average, if I have actually, I don't even do no average. All I need is for one of them to hit $10,000 on their launch. Okay. If I have one of them to hit $10,000 on their launch, I'm going to be sorry, but that will have established the value of that coaching. All right. So right now it's not that because nobody has done it. And we're not launching until June the 23rd. So what I'm about to do is I'm about to offer an early bird because I don't know what the pricing is going to be. It might be that I don't have anybody hit but 3,000. okay? Or I might not have anybody hit but 1,000. But I can tell you this, since I've gone through this program for the last 12 weeks, I can tell you that it's not going to be $1,000, okay? It's not going to be $1,000. At the very least, it should have probably been 2,500 to begin with, okay? Let me ask Tiffany. Tiffany, who's in the program? Anybody in the program?
Me, Cora.
Okay, Cora.
Me.
What do you
I'm in the program as well.
Okay, everybody that's on the program, honest opinion, no matter if it's gonna hurt my feelings or not, honest opinion. What value would you place on that program? Because you didn't already pay, so you ain't got to worry about it going up on you, right? But being fair to these notaries who haven't gotten in the program, based on what you have gotten thus far, drop it in the chat what you think it was worth thus far. Wow. Okay. Okay. Come on through today, people. You see what I'm saying? So whatever early bird I do, I'm gonna make sure that you're able to afford it by breaking it up into payments when you're paying all day and all night. Okay, we might have 2 or 3 payments. But what I'm also gonna do that I've learned in this program is that people need more than 12 weeks. So I'm gonna keep in place the fact that once you join, every Thursday night, it's me and you. Every Thursday night, it's me and you, at least for a year, right? Because I need to get you there. Some people need a little bit longer than others. But initially, I rolled it out as a 12-week program. But what I'm learning, especially from having done it, is that by the time I have some 101s and some this, and everybody moves different. So I can't get everybody there in 12 weeks. Some people need a little bit longer. So for that reason, I'm gonna let people stay in for at least a year. I don't want you to get real lazy on me. That's the only reason. When I get you in, I really want you to get there sooner rather than later. But because life happens, we had some people have some health issues and family issues, and it just throws you severely behind, right? And you feeling like you're getting overwhelmed because you feel like you got to catch up, okay? So that is why this second and future sessions, you're going to have that 12 months, okay? I'm going to make it official. You're going to have that 12 months. You're not going to have 3 years, okay? 2 years. No, if you ain't figured it out in 12 months, then I don't know what's going on. Okay, you got 12 months with me is what this coaching is going to look like. Okay, so tell your friends, if that's what this session was about, is to let these real estate agents know that are watching this back. It's time for you to own a notary school. You don't have to abandon your real estate business in order to do this. You can do this in conjunction with what you've got going on in real estate right now, but it's going to smooth out your revenue, and you're going to have 5 figures coming in every single month. Why? Because there are people who are in need of state-specific notary training. All right. Geneva, yes, you have a question. You can come off mute.
I didn't have a question. I was raising, I didn't know it was still raised. I was just raising for being in the program.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you very much.
I'll lower it.
Huh?
I'll lower my hand.
Okay. So that's it. So like I say, I've had probably 14 people get domains. I bought 100. I think I got 60. What is that? 14. I think it was 14. It could be less, but it sounds like about 86 to me left. Various states. Okay. So, if it's for you, it's for you. If it's not, I'm telling you about it. We finally finished some of the marketing and we're about to start really pushing it. I wanted to do this marketing seminar this Saturday before I started to push that next, cohort out, the next coaching thing out. Plus we got a couple of more weeks left with this group. So in this time, you're going to get, if you've done that mentorship assessment, everybody's emails that I got on that mentorship assessment is going to get an email with the offer on how to join early when it comes to the second session, or I should say next enrollment versus session. Because like I say, it's probably going to be one of those things where some people need more than the 12 weeks to get through. All right, I'm done for today, okay? I'm getting ready to get out of here. Do you guys have any questions for me before I go?
Yes, I have one question, Monica.
Okay, Patsy.
Yeah, with the first class, I believe you wanted to cap it at a certain number. Do you have a cap that you want? Or are you just going to open it to the number of
domains?
Yeah. Okay.
Because now that everything is all done, all the graphics are done and everything, I'm ready to rock and roll now. And this first group has been so patient with me as I built it out, which is another reason why they deserve that discount, right? Because it was the first one. I had no idea what order of operations was going to look like. And they kind of suffered with me through a whole bunch of headachy kind of stuff, like with domain transfers and, you know, getting the graphics and it taking a little longer. So they kind of, now I'm done. And so you guys, the next group, that you guys won't have to deal with that. You guys will have a more seamless process and it'll continue to get better every single time. But that's why that first group got that deep discount. So that's what I want to always say with you guys. Anytime I roll something out, if you can be a part of it the first time, I'm going to make sure that that discount reflects what it is that I'm doing, especially if I've never done it before, right?
Sure.
So, but this session, like I say, it's all about understanding that as an entrepreneur, you can own a school, even if you're not in that state, and that there is a demand for notary, state-specific notary training, and that there is money to be made, and then you can make it, or you can let somebody else make it. It's up to you, okay? But if you take that mentorship assessment, the link is in the chat. I will have your email, and I will email you when it's time for early enrollment, all right?
Thank you, Monica.
You guys have a great evening. Geneva, did you have your hand back up?
Yeah, I just wanted to say for those that are considering joining it, it's the absolute best investment that I have made. And I'm so glad that I took the plunge. And there's so much that is offered in this that, I mean, Monica can only say so much, but there's so much value and so much that I got out of this that you can do with not just what the tools that she's giving you for you to do with it, but you can take it so much further into so many different industries. I mean, this is like, there's so much value in it. And I did say 5,000, but I take that back because I'm just reflecting on all the different weeks that we've gone through in this course. And I can't even put a price on it. I mean, for a jumpstart course, you would spend $25,000 easily on this course somewhere else with other people. Everything that she put in this course and all the stuff that she's put together, you got to get it. You got to get it.
Oh, thank you, Geneva. That means so much to me.
It's a possibility that it's something you want to do. Don't spend the thousands and thousands of dollars later. Get it now.
Oh, thank you, Geneva. I wasn't expecting that. That was sweet. I appreciate it. Y'all, this is the thing. I want to see y'all make money because when y'all make money, I make money, okay? And if I can show y'all, if I can show the world that I can train you guys on how to make money, then they're going to say, oh, she must be a good coach. I want her to coach me too. Because that's what I want to do. I want to coach because I like it when people do what I ask them to do. I love notary nerds, but I don't like that people don't do all the work. I like to see you do the work. And I'm finding that you have to step up into coaching in order to get that mental situation going where, because you're paying more. And so people are more invested, right? Versus
Skin in the game, skin in the game.
You know, skin in the game. Exactly. So I want to do more coaching. So I need y'all to be successful coaching students so that boosts my credibility. Okay. So I want y'all to win. So that's the deal. That's what's getting ready to happen. Do that mentorship assessment and you guys have a great rest of the weekend. And thank you all for being a part of these sessions. It's been a blast. And I'll make sure the recordings get uploaded next week and get you guys an email so you can know where to find them.
Don't forget to get those pins.
Get those, hey, 0 to 10. Let me know. 0, I didn't learn nothing. Drop it in the chat. Let me know. Let me know.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. I appreciate you. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, Monica.
Bye-bye. You're welcome. Bye.